Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And some space here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this.
Saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Tries the right side, and he finds Bell. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Just unable to complete it in the end zone, a big-time drop.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incomplete.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. David Bell with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action. Now Carr. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jacob Phillips just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, it's Watson. And his throw is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake. Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And it's complete to Adams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Come on. Go.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now an option play on second down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he'll get this up awfully close to a first down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shy. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ready up. Hurt. Go.
They'll try and run the option. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They start the drive with Abdullah. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys. A great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that 1st down.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
637.
On play action, it's Carr. The slant connects with Davante Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. No score after one on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, There's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jonathan Abram picks it. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD.
Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Hurts fumbles it.
And the Raiders pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. The 40. The 20. 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Hurts to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Ready? Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
They're going for it with the option right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket, trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
I'm starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Got a man open, it's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They fake the handoff, now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Bilal Nichols picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it.
Ready, set.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defenses. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one?
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Slant to Adams. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, 5 interceptions. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, The manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Second down and 8. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone.
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. First and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on first down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Come on.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Warriors, 17.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They will run for it with Gainwell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
18 Rattler. Go.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And that one going to come up short, low throw.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. It's a second down run with Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Hurts. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know If they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to take another shot here.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A give running left. It's Sanders. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Hurry!
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Panther Street.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Another run with Sanders, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The